Hi. Just letting you know that if Tommy Robinson survives this assassination attempt by the English courts, and I do think it's an assassination attempt on the English courts to have him killed in prison, giving such a lame excuse to have him in there for over a year, just for, you know, live streaming, you know. And I do think they're going to try to kill him because they killed another guy who put some ham sandwiches outside a mosque. He got a year in prison, and then the Muslims killed him in the prison, like within 3 weeks or something like that. I think that's why they want Tommy Robinson killed, because he was showing the world that England is bending over backwards to protect Muslim rape gangs. You know, the Muslims that rape little girls who aren't Muslim, which they can do thanks to Koran 4:24 and 65 verse 4. In Koran 65 verse 4, you can divorce a girl who hasn't had a period, and in Koran 4:24, you can basically rape someone's wife that you've captured and made into a slave. It says, forbidden to you are married women. You can't have sex with married women, except those whom your right hand possess. And because Tommy Robinson was letting the world, was showing the world of just how ineffectual and how bending over backwards and appeasing to terrorist Islam, they're trying to get rid of him. And I have a feeling they will. But you want to know something? I'm going to move here. Let's see here. If Tommy Robinson survives this thing, and you know, it'll be a miracle. But if he does, he has the power now to destroy Islam. By the way, forgive me for this camera. The audio is not very good. My camera that was good was stolen. And it had oh well. Anyway, someone out there now can humiliate me later on when if I ever, you know, they've got me singing karaoke, ruining karaoke songs. But anyway, Tommy Robinson, a hero in my book, a modern day hero, perhaps the only, well, if you don't take into account Christian Prince, David Wood, Sam Shamoun, and other Cyber Crusaders, Tommy Robinson is really up there because he's like a modern day William Wallace. You know what I mean? Because he stands up. He's just a little guy, and he stands up to overwhelming odds. But I think now he's probably going to be killed in prison, like that guy who put some ham sandwiches outside mosques was killed. But I tell you what, miracles. If he does survive, he has the power to destroy Islam. And how? Well, instead of reporting the evil of Islam, how it, you know, because I don't think that's going to work anyway, because I think people know deep down that Islam is evil, including the powers that be. As a matter of fact, because Islam is for pedophilia, with Koran 65:4, and Muhammad marrying a little girl and having sex with her when she was 9, because of that, no one cares. But especially Muslims, they think, yeah, I want to have sex with little girls and stuff like that, you know. I want to be able to sex with someone's wife I've captured in war, you know, with Koran 4:24. But what they don't want, and what Tommy can expose to the world and destroy it quickly, since he has the eyes of the world on him, even though they're going to try to make him disappear, like what happened to the guy who created the Nakula, he's the one who created the innocence of Muslims. He was America's Tommy Robinson, and he was in prison for over a year. Bio-blamer, that's my pet name for the Marxist Muslim a-hole that was president for 8 years, imprisoned him for over a year. Now we don't know what happened to him, so they did get rid of him. He's probably dead. Although, just because he created a video, a quote, discussing video, which is based totally on the hadith, the Islamic sources, the hadith that a Sunni Muslim is to believe in or not be a Sunni Muslim. Well, even though they're trying to make Tommy Robinson go the way of Nakula, and make Blamer get his wish about there being no future for those who slander the Prophet of Islam, which is basically exposing Islam. Well, guess what? Again, Tommy Robinson has the power to destroy Islam by calling world attention to Sam Shamoun, David Wood, the Backside Apologetics. He's making a video series right now called, well, actually, it's being produced right now called Islamicize Me. Dark comedy based on Islamic sources, the hadith, like Nakula did with The Innocence of Muslims. Robert Spencer, Pamela Geller, Bridget Gabrielle, Jay Smith, Craig Winn, author of Prophet of Doom, IQ, Rasooli, Ahmed's Koran 5. Well, if he calls attention to them, if he calls world attention to them, to those Cyber Crusaders, my fellow Cyber Crusaders, Muslims and the world may discover just not how evil Islam is, but how they can destroy Islam by showing the world and Muslims how Muhammad and his Quran blow it with science. An example, the Quran teaches that the sun sets in a muddy spring. It does. Where, according to Muhammad, it then prostrates under the throne of Allah before asking permission to rise again, which is stupid, because the sun never really sets. It goes to show you that Islam believes that the world is flat. Also, he can point them to, the Cyber Crusaders I just mentioned, and they'll let you know how the Quran blows it by teaching that meteors burn up the Earth's atmosphere are literal stars chasing away Satan to try to keep Satan, or the Shaitan, the jinn, and from spying on Allah. So every time you see a meteorite burning up the atmosphere, oh, that's a star chasing Satan away from spying on Allah. I kid you not, that's what the Quran teaches. Also, he can point to the fact that Surah 96, the reason why it's called the Clot, is because it's not a clean leech-like substance like the Muslims are trying to tell you. It's because Muhammad says in Sahih, that sound, authentic hadith, he teaches that embryos, that we as embryos go through a 40-day blood clot stage. And you know what a blood clot is? It's dead blood. A baby never comes from a dead blood. Never does. Yeah. Muhammad confused blood clots with saw a miscarriage and saw blood clots with it, and said, oh, it was coming from a blood clot. That's how he ended up thinking that way. He says, first it becomes blood. For 40 days it becomes blood. Then another 40 days it becomes a blood clot. Then another 40 days it becomes a morsel of flesh. Then another 40 days an angel comes into the mother's belly. Not womb, but belly. With special instructions to let the kid know someday whether he'll be in paradise or the fire, hell. So much for deeds getting you heaven. It's all due to all planning in the future, or where they're going to be. Stupid. But those are just a sample of the weaknesses Tommy Robinson can call to the world and destroy Islam. But will he do it? I have a feeling he'll probably be killed and in prison, like they want him to be, and forgotten, like Nakula, the creator of The Innocence of Muslims, who a blamer got rid of, put him in prison, hurt free speech, and emboldened terrorists. That stupid a-hole, a blamer, did that. Nakula was our Tommy Robinson here in the States, and that's what they want to do to the real Tommy Robinson in Britain. But We need to pray for Tommy Robinson. You know, he is our modern day William Wallace. I don't see another Tommy Robinson coming up anytime soon. But